that's going to be exciting. But today, let's go ahead and get started on this project because it's going to take us a little bit of time. And I've got the time, so I hope you'll join me. This is our wings transfer. This is a C size transfer, just so you know. You can tell it's pretty big if you look at it next to me. I don't know the dimensions on it, but it works well on like at least an 18-inch board. And these run $24.99. This is still in stock. I checked. It's in stock. It's available. Hopefully they'll keep these forever because I feel like these are timeless. They can be used in so many different ways. Today I am doing it because it's a Memorial Day for us, kind of. Today is the 2-year anniversary of when my mother-in-law passed from COVID. And I'm just trying to honor her today. But I've been wanting to make this anyway because about 8 months prior to that, I lost my mom. And then about 2 months after her, we lost my father-in-law. So, you know, we had a lot of loss in a short period of time. Plus, we lost 2 of our fur babies. So that particular year span, and then the next year we lost another one. So we've had a lot of loss over the last few years since 2019. And when I saw these wings, I knew I wanted to get them and try them. I'm actually going to do some fun projects with them too, but I had one serious one that I wanted to do using these. And I'm also going to be using, I got my hot little hands on another transfer because these can be used in a lot of different ways. I am going to do a fun project with these on the back of a coat, probably a denim jacket, or yeah, a denim jacket, I think. You can use them in lots of different ways. You can use them, obviously, how I am as a memorial, but you can also use them as, you know, an inspirational one or just a thoughtful one. You could put I could have put, not that he becomes an angel, but I could have put he is risen on here in the middle of these with the project that I'm going to be doing. I could put this one. This is a great one with it. If you're inspiring someone and you want to do it, you know, let your dreams be your wings. And, you know, obviously there's some little tiny feathers over there, but you could absolutely do these as a project and then put these in the middle, right? So that would be more inspirational. I'm not going to do that one today, but I just wanted to show you that as an option. And let's see, we have an old club transfer that said, let your dreams, it says, no, what if I fall? And it says, oh, my darling, but what if you fly? I mean, that would be awesome in the middle of here, too. So that's why we tell you the club is such a great thing to get into because you cannot get your hands on those now unless they do some kind of special like they did a couple months ago where they were they had small quantities of old club transfers and they were using that as a giveaway or as a bonus, or you could do a bulk buy or whatever. So that's why it's always a good idea to be a member of the club because then you can get those exclusive transfers you can't get anywhere else and you can't get your hands on another time later on. But yeah, I have one of those. That would be cool with this as well. There's lots of different things you could put in here. Or you could just do them on their own. They are going to be gorgeous on their own if you just do these. You could do them all in one color, or you can do like what I'm going to attempt today. And I'm hoping it's going to work out well. And I'm going to use several different colors. So I'm going to kind of, not a hot mess technique. It's going to be more of a concerted effort to make it. Not even ombre really, but kind of. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what we're going to call this technique today. And hopefully it's going to turn out and look fabulous. But you can do it all in one color just as easily because that can be intimidating. Or even just 2 colors. And I'll just, you know, like do part of it in one color and then maybe do a little accent color in the middle. So you can do whatever you want, whatever works for you, for your decor, for your project purpose, for your, you know, how you want it to look, for color-wise, everything. I actually am going to end up, I'm not going to do it on the live today because I feel like it's going to take quite a while to do these, but this is the saying that I am going to put in with this one, on this particular surface and this particular project. And this just says, when someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. So, you know, I just love this. I think it's such a great saying. And, you know, anyway, it works for my purposes. So that will be what I will end up putting on here when I'm all finished. And it's a, you know, layering project, so I didn't want to take the time to do that. Now, the other thing that I'm going to show you, and I apologize, I try not to, and that's another reason I'm not doing it live. I try not to show you things that you can't get your hands on. That's why I'm not showing you the club one, and I'm not showing you this one on a demonstration because you can't get your hands on it anymore. It's no longer available. They discontinued it. So I am also using a surface that has been discontinued. That is a really cool surface, but as soon as I saw the wings and I saw the surface, I knew that would go in my house perfectly for what I needed it for. This is our this is called a natural burlap board, and I love it that it's this gray wash, so that goes in my house perfectly. I have a lot of gray, and it has these like hammered studs on it. It just is such a cool look. So this is what we're going to use for our project today. I might have to clear off some room here because it does take up quite a bit of room, so I might have to remove a few things out of the way that you all can't even see. But this is the surface we're going to use. We do not offer this surface any longer, however, y'all, and this is a little bigger than what I need, but that's okay because what I'm going to do with it, it's going to be fine. I'm going to put this on here. Now, this is made to be cut down the middle so that you can place your wings however far apart or together you want them, okay? I am going to cut it and I'm going to move them apart a little bit as well. But this is the surface we're going to be using. If you need help finding a surface idea from my shop, you know, feel free to send me a message and I'll be glad to make a recommendation. All the paste colors that I'm going to be using today are available in the shop. And of course, since I'm working on angel wings, or wings in general, I think of them as angel wings, I'm going to be using my shimmers, you guys, and I am going to use Shimmer Shadow, which is a black shimmer. I am going to be using Shimmer Plum, which is that gorgeous purple. I'm going to use a little bit of Shimmer Silver, which I only have a little bit left, and a little bit of Shimmer Frost probably, which I only have a little bit of that left. I think I need to order those too. I got a couple other shimmers I need to get my hands on. I think I have some coming. I think I just ordered at least one new shimmer or two. I can't remember. But those are the colors we're going to be using, some shimmers, because I feel like those are going to show up. I'm hoping. I don't even know if the white will show up, so that's why I'm reserving that. I might just do it on the tips, and we'll see what happens. But I'm reserving that for last. I may or may not even use it. I may just use these three colors because of the color of this surface. If I had a darker surface, I'd be going with a lighter look, a lighter colors. I have seen this done in gold as well. You know, we have Shimmer Copper and we have Shimmer Gold. They would be gorgeous in that as well. Even if you did it in a flat color, chose one color for it and then just added some gold to it, that would be gorgeous too. A lot of people like the gilded look. I don't particularly like that for my decor, so I'm not doing a project that way today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I have not used these before. Like I said, I've been saving them because I knew it was going to be. And because this is a fabric, this is burlap, there's really nothing I need to do to prepare it, but we need to keep in mind it is a fabric. So number one, I'm not going to fuzz my transfers because I want them to adhere really well. And number two, it's an uneven surface. So I may have a little bit of imperfections, but I'm just going to let that go because I can't wax it. It's not meant to be waxed. And you really can't sand it down. It's not like a canvas, you know, like a stretched canvas, which they do sell them almost the size, at least this size, if not a little bit smaller. They do sell those, which it would look fabulous on that as well. But you can sand a canvas. This is burlap, so I'm not going to be able to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. I will need my scissors, but like I said, I am not going to fuzz them. So we are just going to cut down the middle. And I'm going to leave the big sheet behind it. The backer sheet, I'm going to leave it whole. I'm just going to go ahead and trim them up. That way when I go to put them back on, I don't even have to worry about it. I'll just place them back on there. And you can tell that there is, of course I still didn't. It's kind of like with when you're doing wrapping paper, when you're wrapping. There's a little silk screen area in the middle here meant to cut. And of course I'm still not keeping it straight, even though I'm doing that. And these are my transfer trimmers. They're just kind of coated to make it so that it works really well. Yep, got it all cut. Okay, super. All set. I'm excited and a little nervous, just to let you know, because, you know, I just don't want to mess it up. If I mess it up, everything is always figure outable, you guys. So I'm confident that if something happens and it turns out horribly, I will paint it over. I will paint over top of this, and I will do it again. So just so you know, there's always a fix. Might not be how you originally planned it, and who knows? Sometimes it even turns out better. But I am going to be optimistic that it is going to that it's going to turn out the way I want it to turn out. And I also do not measure. And I'm going to start the wings kind of up near the top because what I'm probably going to do is get some photos, just three small photos for down at the bottom that I'm going to somehow attach. I haven't figured all that part out yet, but I'll probably just put some photos down here to go with this. So let's get started. And again, I'm not going to fuzz it. I'm just going to take the transfer right off my backer sheet. I'm actually going to use this down here to try to help me figure out where the middle is to see. And then I'm going to put this straight on. I'm hoping y'all, let's see, I think I can see it pretty well. I know I kind of am getting that off camera, the bottom part, but we're not going to be doing the bottom part anyway, so I'm trying not to worry about that. And I just want to make sure I have it kind of lined up. And then I'm going to start placing my wing. All right. I think I'm probably going to come out to the edges like this. So bear with me a moment. This is the part that always takes me the longest, the lining it up and then choosing the color. So I was a little challenged choosing the colors before I even came on and got started. I was trying to decide which colors I wanted to use. I just kept being drawn to the purple because I just love it. It's so pretty. Okay, I think that's straight. Looks pretty straight from here. You know what? I'm probably the only person that would notice if it wasn't, so we're going to go for it. Now that I have it placed on here, because like I said, it's already an uneven surface, so it's probably not going to be super duper crisp, and I'm okay with that. But I do want to get as good a contact as possible, so I'm just kind of firmly pressing down on my silk screen. Here we go. Now you can do this on one of our big chalkboards too, and it would look fabulous. And if you were doing that, you would want to obviously use some of the lighter colors like the Storm or the white or the Shimmer Frost Or you could still do shimmer silver, that would work. You could do yellows. You could do the light greens or pinks. Oh, our shimmer rose would look so pretty on the chalkboard. And then our rose gold, sorry. What other color? Oh, we have that ocean mist. That would be beautiful. So there's all different color options you can do. It depends on the color of your background of your surface. Where mine's lighter, I'm going to go with the darker. All right, I'm just going to make sure I have really good contact. I want it to stick and not move around because I have a lot of silk screen in there. And then I'll put my backer sheet up. I've already marked the back and the front of them. I always mark the back and front because remember, these are reusable transfers. That's why it's so awesome. I don't have to just do this project with it. I'm going to put that down on the floor. I can do multiple projects with this because they're reusable. Our chalk paste is water soluble. You could do this with ink, and I will be doing it with ink on when I do it on the jacket. But I'm using chalk paste today. And even when you use ink or chalk paste, it's reusable. And about 12 or more times, a dozen or more times, depending on how well you take care of it. The company guarantees a dozen, but honestly, if you take good care of it, you can get more than that. And now that I have that one down, and it might be the grain, I'm not sure. But now that I have that one down, it looks like this one's a little tiny bit crooked. It is kind of difficult because of the green is on here. There's lines on here, so it makes it a little hard to tell. Which is probably good because that means other people won't. It won't look like it. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday. I am just tickled that it's such a nice day outside. I really wish I could be outside, but I had too much to do today. Too much to do. Always too much to do inside. So that's why I like it when it's sunny, but it's not too warm and inviting because then I really fear that pull. I am an outside girl and I really feel that pull to be, I'm going to make sure that they're about the same. I don't want them one higher than the other. I really feel that pull to be outside. It's nice. So kind of glad when it's a little chilly and I don't feel like, oh man, I got to go outside. Because when it's a gorgeous day out there, it's all I can do to stay inside and not say, oh, I need to be outside doing something in the yard. We had a freeze warning last night, but I'm pretty confident that's probably the last one. We'll see until the fall. I would be highly surprised. Let's see, if I was a measurer, this would be easier because I would know exactly. Now it looks too low. Maybe I'll start from the bottom and go up the tiniest bit. I was thinking about doing, oh, that was the other thing, y'all. That was the other one I wanted to tell you. And I forgot to grab that transfer so I could show you. But we also have, I thought about doing a Mother's Day project with you guys today because, you know, Mother's Day is going to be here before you know it. And I wanted you to give you time to see it and get it, if that was something you wanted to try to get and do yourself, that you would have time to see it and get it in. Which it's only about 5 to 7 days shipping time once it's been sent out of the, I tell you, it's about 5 to 7 days. They turn things around pretty quickly, even though we had a big launch last week. All right, I'm going to hold this up myself, guys, and try to look and make sure it looks fairly even and straight. Which I can already tell something isn't. All right, guys, I'm going to break my rule and get a ruler. I'm going to break my rule and get a ruler just because I don't want to mess with it too long. Okay, so that's about there. Actually, that's pretty daggone close. So let's check it from the side. And we'll see, that one's definitely out further. I think I want it that far out, so. I don't want to play with it too much because I don't want to take away the stickiness. So I don't want it too much. This is the boring part. Sorry. This is the boring part, which is probably one reason why I don't usually do this with y'all. It's because who wants to watch somebody measure? Okay, and this one is just off a tiny bit that I could tell. that's good. So now let's double check this top. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think that's close enough, y'all. Close enough. All right, let's do this. Okay. Taking the time at the beginning of the project, and by the way, guys, if I miss any comments, I apologize. Just, I will check them at the end after I come off the live, if I ever miss any, because I'm sure I'll be concentrating on this. I will be glad to reply to you. I love it when y'all interact with me, and please answer questions. If I ask a question, or if you have a comment, or you have a question, please go ahead and put it in there, because I always get back to you. Always get back to you. Okay, so now my thought process is, so I'm going to leave the shimmer frost over there, because I'm going to wait. But what my thought process with this is, pretty sure I'm going to do the words in purple, and they'll overlay over top of it. So I think I'm going to save the purple for the end and do that on the tips. And I think what I might do is start here and work my way out to the color. But the majority of the color is going to be the shimmer shadow. Now this is a one-time surface, other than, like I told you, if I mess this up really bad, then I'll just paint over it and redo. I just won't have this pretty gray color, because I might even have to sand it. I don't even know. But anyway, let's get started. I've got plenty of squeegees here, and I think I'm going to need small ones to start. So I want to get a stir stick because I want to stir this up. I don't have a whole lot of silver left, as you can see. So I'm going to put it into the middle. I've used this quite a bit. Actually, it's lasted me a long time though, but I have used it a lot. The shimmer frost obviously is my favorite, that's why. I think that was the first shimmer I got. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just take my stick and kind of put some, I'm going to use my little thing here and just go ahead and apply some. And I'm going to do one at a time, you guys, because this burlap is going to soak up my chalk paste, and I don't want it to dry into the surface. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And we're just going to kind of see how it goes. I need to grab more. I'll grab more. I'll move that out, actually. And I'm just winging it. I really don't have a, it's kind of like with art. I just kind of have a general idea of what I want to do, and we'll just see how it turns out. And I'm not going to go all the way to the edges because I'm going to tip it with the shimmer plum. So I'm not worried about doing that. So I'm just basically pushing it into the surface. And then just smoothing it out. And I am going to do paste and peel because this will soak it up. And before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of, probably just need to move all this. A little bit of shimmer plum so that I can pull this whole side back. I think I'm just going to do the edges like that. And it looks like I might need a little more here. So let's just see what it looks like, guys. Pull up this side. This is called paste and peel. And the reason we're doing this is we're going to release the chalk paste from the silkscreen transfer part. And then so that it stays on the surface, because it's going to dry. And I don't want it to dry in the silkscreen. I want it to dry on the surface. And then I'll just lay it back down if I've missed any. Okay. So that's what we got so far. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to add a little more down here because I feel like that did not pick it up. And if it blends a little, I'm okay with that too. I'm totally okay with that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press my silkscreen back down close to the edge where I just pulled up so that I have good contact again, okay? Don't be afraid to get dirty. And I think because this is a larger area, I'm going to go ahead and use my my shimmer, shimmer shadow. I don't know why I have trouble remembering that one, but it's really pretty too. See, it's black, but it's shimmery, so it's It's got a lot of silver undertones. I'm going to use my small squeegee. This is a small. The other one was a mini. I'm going to use my small because I'm covering a bigger area. And I'm not stirring this because it's not been that long since I've used it, and it's not that old. And like I said, if it overlaps a little bit, I'm okay with it. I'm not going to fret. Now with the shimmer, a lot of times, it is more sheer, so a lot of times I'll use the back side of the squeegee, which is more flat. I'm trying really hard to concentrate and not mess up. I get overzealous sometimes. I would suggest when you're using fabric, even if you're chalking on fabric, that you just kind of stay in one direction so that you have less chance, especially one like this where it's uneven, so that you have less chance of the bleeding. Which is not as easy as you'd think sometimes. Wait to do this on a jean jacket. I think it's going to look super cool. And I haven't decided if I'm just going to do the wings themselves. I have to pull this up, make sure that I've got coverage. I don't know if I'm just going to do the wings themselves or if I'm going to do like a saying on it. This board is so fabulous. I don't know exactly why. Maybe they just had trouble getting it with COVID. I don't know. But it's so fabulous. I hate that they're not offering it anymore because it was so inexpensive too. I believe it was only $20 even for this size, if I'm not mistaken. I had to go look back in an old catalog just to see because it's not on the website anymore and I couldn't remember because I've had it for so long. I think this was one of the first surfaces I bought. All right, guys, let's just see. So let's add our purple on here real quick. And here, try to move quickly. Because if I can get away with not having to put it back down again, that would be great. Let's go down here and see. Let's see what we got, you guys. Can you see this okay? See, it soaks it right up. I can tell it needs more. Going to use the other side because I feel like sometimes that presses it when you have a surface like this where it's uneven. I feel like it presses it in a little more when I use the back side. I've got stuff on me. Let's see. And I'm sure the other wing's not going to turn out exactly the same, so I'll just have to deal with that. But I really can't do both of them at the same time because I know that would be causing problems. I'll just have to do my best to mimic. I'm just going back over the areas, you guys, that I can tell it soaked it up, and you can't see it as well. I mean, I think there's going to be some imperfections no matter what. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Okay. Actually, I see a little bit I could add with the silver. See, that's why it's nice if you pull it off. I've released it, but I can lay it back down and add a little more, like here. I don't feel like it covered as well. Now I am trying not to mix my chalk paste though. Like on my squeegee, I don't want to mix it. So I'm not doing that. Okay, so here we have silver. I mean silver, purple. Blending in the edge. Go up a little higher so we can see if we need to add any more there. Let's see. This is a peel and reveal, you guys. This is where you're supposed to squeal part. Hopefully. See, I feel like in there it's still, it's just like, it soaks it up. This would not be what I would consider a beginner's project. Just so you know, if you are thinking about attempting this, you might want to practice with a couple other things first. You know, our club is excellent for that because you get the paste packets and you get the transfer and you get to try it out on different surfaces and kind of get your feel for it, you know, get a hand for it. you know, at some point I'm just going to say, okay, that's good. I'm sure you guys are thinking that. Why is that not going in there? I think it's because it's in a groove. There, that's better. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm blocking it. I know, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I told you I get intense on here. I could have done this project not live. I thought about it, but I just thought, why not? Bring you guys along with me, show you kind of a neat. These wings have been around for a long time, and like I said, hopefully they'll keep them around because I think that they're very versatile and they're so unique. I can't get that section right there that wants to not pick it up. There, that's better. That's better. I have some purple that's not picking up. Let's go back over that. No more at a time. What do you think, guys, so far? I think I need to add a little more black here. Blending into the purple. I can see it up close. I can tell what's, hello, whoever's joining me. Sorry, hey, Stacy. Missed you, girl. Check out these cool wings. All right, let's go with some. Oh, thank you. It says it's paused. I think y'all can see me. I think you can see me. I'm sorry, it kept saying it was paused. I hope you guys got to see it. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. All right, add a little more black. And some of this, like I said, the black is because I didn't pull it, I didn't paste it and peel yet. So I need to go back over it and release it some more. Almost. All right, let's get a little more purple. You know, normally I wouldn't do black in terms of angel wings. And I am picking up a little bit of the purple into the black, and I'm okay with that. I'll just be careful not to get it in my black all the way. But I'm all right with it today. I'll just be careful. I hope you're having a fabulous day wherever you are. Hope you're having a fabulous day in the mountains. I know they started off cold, just like we did, but hopefully it warmed up and the sun's out and it's pretty. All right, a little bit more, y'all. Just a little more purple. All right, let's see. I think we're about done. Told you this one was going to take just a little longer, but I think it's going to be worth it. I'm afraid to peel it all the way back because as soon as I do, it's done. I'll have a hard time getting it back on there, so trying to save that last little bit before I peel it off. All right, guys. See, there's a little tiny bit on the top I missed, but that's okay. We're going to go with it. We're just going to let it go. All right, now I'm going to set this wing down on my mat over here, and I'm going to spray some water in it, clean my messy hands up. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you. Okay, and I'm going to spray some water on these until I can get them to the sink to clean them. And I might go in with that and touch up just a tiny bit so that you can tell where it ends. But otherwise, I think that looks pretty daggone cool. Pretty daggone cool so far. Like I said, I wouldn't normally go with black, but because this is such a light surface, I really needed to go with a darker color. And I still think it's going to turn out really, really pretty. So I personally wouldn't have used the black other than that for that reason. So now what I am going to do is I am going to wipe this just a little bit so that when I go to use it next, it won't blend. Okay, so now let's try the same thing on this side. I'm just going to mirror the exact same thing. So hopefully that's going to turn out just as good. Actually, what did I do before? I didn't. Let's see, I think I just went on the inside. Portion. And then once I'm done with this silver here, and I don't think I'm going to use the white because I really don't think it's going to show up. I might take my little mini squeegee that y'all just saw me use, this one here, and grab a little bit of the white and see if I can do it on the tips here and there, but I don't know if I will or not. I may not. I might do a little bit of it over top of the black or the purple, but I don't know that for sure. And I'm not trying to be exact as I did on that one. I'm just doing the inside of the wing, you know. Who knows? Do we know whether, you know, angel wings are completely symmetrical? I don't know. I don't know. I personally have not seen an angel, so that I know of, or with one with wings anyway. Might have seen an angel, but not with wings. That they let me see anyway. That would be super cool. Trying to see how far up I went. Sorry, I keep getting a video interrupted. And actually, I'm on low power for some reason. Oh, goodness. Let's hope I don't lose it. Hopefully, I won't. I may lose y'all because I've never had that happen. I had plenty of power when I went on, so I don't know what's going on. You know, Apple did an update, so God only knows. Okay, so I'm going to add a little purple to this part, and then I'm going to release the inside at least. And we'll see. I don't want to get the chalk paste on another place on my so that's why I'm trying to get my hands clean on my fabric, on my burlap. Let's see, that needs a little more. I can already tell. Let's see, guys. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to add a little more down here because I can tell I need some more. It's not showing up. This burlap just likes to suck it right up. So I kind of expected that might happen. And I'm all right with it. And it's not a smooth surface. It's a very, you know, rough surface. It's a bunch of different heights. So there's a good chance that it might do that. Pick it up exactly the way I want it to. Overall, so far, I'm pleased. So hopefully I can mimic this side. I'm gonna leave that like that, release it, and then move on to the dark. All right, let's go on to the, now like I showed before, I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna press really firmly right here at the edge where I just pulled it up, because the next color that I'm going, I'm gonna make sure I got good contact. I'm not worried if with this, if I get it in more spots, I'm okay with that. Okay, let's get on to our black shimmer shadow. Start at the top this time. And again, I'm not, you know, probably not going to do it exactly the same. I'm going to do my best to cover. And the shimmers do go on a little more sheer. So you will notice that. Whatever they put in it to make it a shimmer. cannot wait to do this on the back of a jean jacket. Now I just have to decide if I'm just going to do it on the back of a denim jean jacket or whether I'm going to do it. No, that's not right. Like the blue denim is what I meant to say. It's going to be a jean jacket, so it's going to be denim, sorry. Or whether I want to do it on the back of a white jean jacket. I think it'll look fabulous on both, but I'll have to decide which one. I've been putting that off too, but I definitely want to do that. Might do it on both. Who knows? Because I don't know what else I'm going to do the wings for, unless I do a project for someone to sell. This would make an excellent gift for someone as well, for the purpose that I'm making it for, as a memorial. And I think I'm going to try to release the black sooner than I did on the other side. Okay, let's just see what we got. I'm going to keep the edges attached. Actually, you know what I'm going to do down here, because it's such a small area, I'm going to go ahead and do it on this part. Then I'm going to release before I do the outer edges. All right, guys, let's see. So I feel like that needs a little more blending. A little more blending. I could have just taken my finger around the edges of this and kind of gone into the silver, but this is working okay. Actually, all right, you. All right, you gray. Don't give me a hard time here. See, this is why I need to craft with friends, because otherwise I'll talk to myself. Do y'all do that? There needs a little more too. Add some more black down there. This was looking good up here. I feel like I got it pretty good. I just need to get down here a little more. Maybe I didn't press as hard because it's further away or didn't apply as much. So let's just give it a little more. Time consuming, y'all, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. I'm going against my own rule about going both directions, but I have this all over me. Black. I'm going to add some more there. Just trying to look at it, gauging it next to the one on the other side. If it's heavy in one area, I want it to be a little heavier in that area too. And really, it's taking this much effort because of the surface. If I had a different surface, it would have been smooth on there, no problems, y'all. I wouldn't have to keep adding some chalk paste to it. Now out there, looks like it's a little thin. So I'm going to add some there as well. See what that looks like. we're getting closer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the purple now on these edges so we can finish this off. I'm going to try to press this in or down or something. It's definitely looser. Pull that up and just see what it looks like. What do you think? Hi, Monica. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So glad you're here. Welcome. All right, I need to add a little more. Okay. Thank you. These are our wings. And I am doing a memorial project, actually. But these wings can be used for so many different things. You can use them just because they're cool. You can use them as a memorial, like kind of what I'm going to be doing. You'll have to go back and watch the beginning of the replay. Or you could just do them as an inspirational. They're just so many cool uses. I do have plans on doing these on the back of denim jackets, a white one and probably a white. By the time I get it all done, it'll probably be a white one and a denim, blue denim, because I want to see what it looks like on both. And right now I'm just, because it's a big project and the surface I'm using is no longer available. It's a burlap board that we used to sell last year, and they did not carry it forward this year. And I have been saving it for this project. And it's a fabric, so it's a burlap, and it's like a gray wash. And it soaks up the chalk paste. I'm using all shimmers on the wings. It soaks up the chalk paste, and it's not really smooth and flat. So sometimes it takes a little more elbow grease to get it in there, in where you want it for the image to. So that's why I keep laying it back down and adding a little more here and adding a little more there, that I noticed that it didn't go in the on the surface the way I wanted to. But I'm doing paste and pull because this is such a big transfer. Like you were saying with your gnomes, you don't want it to dry in your silkscreen area. So I've been doing this in stages to make it so that it wouldn't just dry in the silkscreen. And if I see a spot that needs more, I just lay it back down and apply a little more chalk paste. I'm trying to make it similar to this one. I know it's not going to be exact. There's no way, because I couldn't do them at the same time anyway. And even if I did, I still don't think, with this technique I'm using, I don't think that I could have made them exactly alike. I'm just trying to get them close. Just trying to get them pretty close. I normally would not have gone with this shimmer, forgotten again, guys, shadow. But with having a dark surface like this, I needed a dark, with the surface not being as it being lighter, that's what I needed to say. With the surface being lighter, I needed darker to put on it. So that's why we're using this. I knew I wanted to use the purple. This looks, I've seen this done in all blues and like shimmer frost as well, guys. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful that way. I've seen it done that way. I've actually seen, what's really cool, maybe I'll do that on the denim one. I just had a thought. I'll do it on the denim or the white. I'm seeing it in cool colors like a teal or something on the white. But I have seen it done in like very bright colors, like almost like 70s reminiscent, like the bright orange and red, and maybe I'll do that on the denim one. Kind of, it's got a 70s vibe to me. So let's see what we got going on, see if I missed anything. I think that would look cool too. It would, a totally different feel depending on the color you use, you guys. It's amazing how, just by using certain colors, you can create a whole different look with the same transfer. And you notice even with the paste and peel, you guys, I'm always keeping some of the transfer in contact with the surface, even though now I'm down to the nitty gritty. Just making sure I'm not missing any comments. Even though now I'm getting down to the end part, I'm still always keeping some kind of contact because, I want to be able to lay it back down and not have to completely replace it. I could do that if I wanted to, if I let it dry all the way, wash it all the way, and then lay it back down, but I don't want to. I don't want to. Just tweaking it. And it's supposed to look like wings, so if it looks a little airy in some places, I think that's okay. Yes, I am using shimmer. This is all shimmer. So this is Shimmer Plum. That's my purple on the outside. And then I'm using Shimmer Shadow, which is the black with the silvery shimmer in it. And then this is just the Shimmer Silver. So I had to have some shimmer on these wings, right? Or in my opinion, on these anyway. I might not on the other one that I'm talking about doing. All right. And this is chalk paste. This is not ink. You could do this in ink, but I didn't have any need to. It's going to dry hard to the touch. And, you know, I'm not going to be washing it, so I don't need to ink it. You could ink it and heat set it, I suppose, since it's a material. I wish they still sold this board. And I don't know. I don't remember seeing something similar. I showed burlap canvases that Hobby Lobby has now when I did something with our Easter bunny, our bunny cutouts. I did show, I missed it. So there is, but it's a different kind of burlap than this. It's definitely traditional looking burlap, you know, the brown, and it's a bigger, coarser. This is just really cool. I don't know. I love it. Okay, one more spot. I think we're almost done, y'all. Thanks for bearing with me. Just making sure I'm not missing any. If I miss your questions, guys, I promise I'll go back and answer them at the end. All right, before I pull it all the way off, I'm just trying to make sure. Got one little section up there still. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. No, I'll probably wash those in the bathtub just because they're a little bit bigger and I'll have a little bit more maneuverability, but you know, still the same. Cold water, cool water, cold water in the tub. I'm not going to soak it. I'm just going to wash it and just put my lids on my shimmers. Always want to close up your chalk paste to keep it moist. And I might, maybe I'll do it with you guys on camera. So what do you think, guys? If I have anywhere else that I want to touch up, like I see over here, so I have this wonderful tool from our artist toolkit. It comes with this, a big paintbrush, a small paintbrush, and then another little guy that works on chalkboards. But I will just I use this all the time, especially something like this where it's a little tiny area. And if I feel like I want to add a little more chalk paste, this is the tool I use. You know, because maybe I didn't pick it up as much and it's a little darker over here. It's not that big a deal. Again, guys, when you're creating something that's DIY, you know, it's like art. It's never going to, if you're doing it by hand, no two are going to be the same. You know, we're not robots. We're not just mass producing. We're doing it by hand, and no two is going to be the same. You could do this exact same thing that I just did. Follow my directions to the T. Do it exactly as I did it. Mimic me exactly, and yours would look different because that's how art is when you're doing handmade stuff. So I use this all the time to touch up or to add or fill in areas that need a little bit of something else. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Isn't that amazing? So I know you're probably saying, why are they so far apart? Because I could have done them right next to each other. And this board is big. This board is, let me see, I'll tell y'all what size this one is, but just so you can have an idea, this is 18 by 24. So the wings would fit on something smaller. This is 18 and this is 24. I feel like it would fit on something smaller if you wanted to do that. And I know it'll fit on our box frames if you wanted to use 2 box frames. But I went with this because I am making this as a memorial. But as I was saying before, cut that off. As I was saying before, I may also go in with here it is. So I have this Shimmer Frost. I'm almost out of my favorite one because you can actually, I've added it, taken a little bit of this and taken a little bit of another color if we don't have it in a shimmer and added them together and mixed them up to make a shimmer. So that's why it's my favorite. Because it's cool by itself, but then it's also neat that you can add it to something else. Don't do it in the container unless you want that whole container to be sugar. But I can go back with this. Let's see. I got a little chunky in here. I need to stir it. I sprayed some water. Did I spray water in this one? I've had this one a long time. So I'm just spraying a little distilled water in there. You don't need to do this every time, but this one I have had since last summer. It's been almost a year. Guys, it's been just over a year since I signed up with Chalk Couture. I didn't launch my business until May 1st, or the beginning of May. Maybe it wasn't May 1st. I don't remember. It was in May. I'll have to look back. But I signed up with them as a designer last April. April 13th, I think was the day I signed up. So it's just been over a year. And this was not in my starter kit, but it was one of the first shimmer or paste purchases that I made, because I knew I would use it. And I still have that much left, and I use it all the time, and it holds up. I'm just adding some distilled water so that I don't get any kind of mold growing in there, just to thin it up a little bit, because it did get thin. And I'm really bad about cleaning up the edges on the inside of my jar. I just clean off my squeegee and I shut it and don't pay attention to it anymore. And if you keep it clean, you won't lose all that chalk paste on the side. It looks better. So I'm just trying to show you, like, I could go back in with this, because this side's dry already. This is the side we did first. I could just add a tiny bit of the white over top of it, just to kind of give it another little extra dimension here and there. I could even add some of it in here in the black, wherever I want to. This is all dry now, so it's not going to pull up that other paste color. It's just going to put mine on top of it. But this is a handy dandy little tool I use a lot too. This and the detail tool to clean up and to add a little more to it. Can you see? I'm looking at this in my camera on my iPad, I always put up my video on there so I can see comments in case I don't see them up on my phone, and it looks amazing. I have to say, it looks amazing. This is, I mean, wow, it's just amazing. I knew they would be amazing. I knew it, and I was a little, you know, I had to be prepared to do it because I knew it was a bigger project, but I also knew it was significant for me. So anyway, as I was saying, so today is the 2-year anniversary of my mother-in-law's passing. She was one of the first people to pass from COVID, some of the first people to pass from COVID. It was 2 years ago today, and that's all I'm going to do right now, but I could add more if I want. So I've been waiting, not just for that, because about 8 months prior to that, I lost my mom, and then we lost my mother-in-law, and then 2 months later, we lost my father-in-law, and we lost 2 fur babies. So between 2019 and 2020, we had a lot of loss. And I knew I was going to want to do something like that with these wings, some kind of memorial. So that's why I got this guy. I knew this would go perfect in my house, and the wings, and I've had them setting aside ever since. And then today, since it's an anniversary of it, I just thought, you know what, today would be a good day just to do that. So I want to show you one other thing that you could use. I've already shown 2 things. I'll show you what I'm using, and I want to show you one other idea. So I could easily, sorry guys, I know I'm off camera. Sorry, should have gotten this out before. I really wanted to show you this. Let's see. I think this would be another great option for in the middle here. So I've left room in the middle so that I have a place to put that. Put words. And then I'm actually going to put like there are pictures down here at the bottom. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm going to add pictures down there. You could do something like this, right? Nothing can dim the light inside of you. This is just an inspirational saying. Maya Angelou, I can't even say her name. This is what I'm going to use, but it's no longer available, so that's why I'm not showing it on camera, but this is what I bought to use with it. This is no longer offered, and I actually had a hard time getting my hands on this when I wanted it about 6 months ago. Treasured Memories. It's a great one, but we do have others in the shop. If you have something like this and you want to do it in memorial, just let me know and I'll help you find that. This was another one I showed would be great. This is available in my shop. This is called Let Your Dreams Be Your Wings. So you see it's got cute little feathers, and obviously you can even do feathers down at the bottom. I might even do that. I might add those feathers down here, use part of that transfer on here, right? But you could put that in there. Let your dreams be your wings. That would look fabulous, right? The other thing that I thought of when I got ready to come on that would be really cool on here, if I was just doing it for my mom or just for my mother-in-law, then this would be perfect. So this is a Mother's Day present or gift idea, a Mother's Day project that I was going to do today, and then I decided to do the wings. So I'll be sharing this, but this is available in my shop. This is called Smart, Loving, and Kind, and it's all the wonderful attributes about a mom, right? Wouldn't that be cool on the inside of here too? You could just do that. So there's lots of different things you could do with it. You can do them on their own, and they look fabulous. Not on such a big surface. You could just do them the way I'm doing them. However, anyway, I did pin this transfer in the link. If you have any other questions about any of the other supplies that I use, please send me a message. I'll be glad to share that with you, or ask in the comments. Might be something someone else wants to know too. Yeah, the treasure memory I loved, and I don't know why they're not offering that anymore, but I think we have another one similar. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I'll be glad to share that with you, Monica. But, you know, I'll send you a message, or send me a message, and I'll be glad to answer it. If you have any questions about anything that I've used today, the shimmer colors, what I did, I think it turned out pretty amazing. Like I said, I've seen it in lots of different colors, but this one looks pretty awesome too. I mean, it really stands out on the gray, I think. So that's it. That's our project for today. I'm going to let this dry before I put on my words on the inside, and then maybe I'll show you all a picture of it after that. So I hope, I didn't do a Wednesday night live, I'm just doing a Wednesday day live. Yes, absolutely. I do sell finished product as well, Monica. Thank you for asking that. I do sell finished product, so if you ever see anything I'm creating and you guys are interested in, just let me know, and I will be happy to help you out with that as well. I'm hoping to get an Etsy store up soon, and I just haven't had the time to put it together, so, but I will be more than happy to do that. So then you guys will have access and see some of the things that I create that I don't always show on here, if you're just interested in purchasing them. So, or giving them as a gift. That's all I got for you guys today. I think these turned out really fabulous. I hope my husband's going to like it. I didn't even tell him what I was doing, but I think he'll appreciate it too. And I think when I get done with it, it's going to look great, where I'm going to put it and how I'm going to do it. But I'll share the rest of it with you when it's finished. I'll send a picture. I'll share a picture tonight. I'm probably going to let it dry just a little bit longer. Like I said, this is already dry. The gray is already dry. The black feels a little damp. So I'll let it finish drying and then I'll do the other layer. But anyway, yeah, right. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I get crazy sometimes too, supporting small businesses. I do the same thing. So, and it's like, oh, but it's not that expensive. Or, oh, that's so cute. I want to support them. So I know exactly what that feels like. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me for this fun project. I know it was a little tedious. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like how it turned out. Go ahead and sprinkle it if you would like to spread the love, and let me know in comments that you sprinkled it so you could be entered in my giveaway. And I hope you'll join me tomorrow, because I'm planning on a project tomorrow. Probably be back to spring. I might even do our butterflies. I don't know. I might do butterflies tomorrow. I have a couple of them, I think. I'm going to look at the projects and see, but the butterflies will take a little bit longer. It's watercolor paper, but it's going to be fabulous too. So join me tomorrow. And until then, y'all be blessed. Thank you for sprinkling, and come back and join me. All right, guys, have a great night.